Green-red beatdown.
Oh, wow. You called it.
So, yeah, I can imagine a strong draw from Robert presenting a lot of issues.
Yeah, green seemed very open this draft, so he could get some very powerful cards.
All right, and so seeing some lands.
Lots of lands. Curdape.
Curdape and a Borderland Marauder.
Oh, man. This seems like
so he's going to curve and a Rancor in there.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Assuming he does not flood out, this is going to be a very good draw from Robert.
Yeah. Turn 1 Curdape. Turn 2 Borderland Marauder.
Yep.
Now I believe the players are getting their life totals settled out. We've got a iPad in the middle to...
And the
Boom. And Scott's just like, maybe he only doesn't have a green source in hand, or a forest in hand, and unfortunately not the case.
Not the case. And that is a Flinthoof board. Yeah, this is going to be... So, turn 2, he'll get to play a Borderland Marauder.
Yeah.
Then... Turn 3, he is going to get to play a Flinthoof boar and give it haste.
Ooh, yeah, that is.
So this is going to be a very punishing
and or just play Rancor
start
as well.
If this is Warden of Avostyle,
that can help turbo out some plays, but man, he's going to have some pressure. I think he might have to block soon. Not quite yet, but
so Robert's definitely playing a land. He has a couple choices here. I like the plan of playing the Flinthoof boar, giving it haste and attacking.
Yeah, that's just going to put so much pressure.
He's just going to carbonize it.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't want him to cast.
Yeah, that's again reasonable.
Yeah, if he has 2 3-mana flyers in hand, he could just cast 6 mana worth of spells next turn.
So Scott takes damage, and we'll get the life totals updated.
Yeah. Should be taking 3...
Manowar does help stem the bleeding, and Manowar will trade with the Borderland Marauder.
Yeah.
So Scott already at 13.
That's quite low fast, but now he's got the...
So
he's got
I think on this turn he Rancors. So on this turn I like playing the Flinthoof boar and Rancor and giving the Flinthoof boar haste. Rancor going on the Borderland Marauder, because Scott's obviously going to be incentivized to trade the Man of War.
And that just pushes through
so much damage.
Yeah, just
Flinthoof boar, giving it haste, and
yeah, it looks like he's going for it. He's debating which one.
I think you put it on the Marauder. Yep.
Yeah, he agrees.
And he beats in. So yeah, I imagine Scott's trading there, but he's still going to be taking some trample damage.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just such a fast start. Like, it's so hard to deal with this because next turn he can Curdape, Rancor, and have 2 or 3 mana up still. It's very hard.
Yeah. So the board being a 3/3, Scott's down to 7, which is very low. He needs a Hookmaster. He needs some good defenses.
Yeah. His deck really wants to be on the aggressive end.
Although there's that Glacial Wall that we talked about during the draft. That will do a lot of work for him.
Yeah, that will definitely help a lot. But he still needs... Robert can put out quite a few threats very fast, so... Especially with the Civic Wayfinder getting a land this turn, so he hits his land drop. And
the Glacial Wall being an 07 is just incredibly relevant
it's basically one of your... it's almost a tapper in that it's just one creature, it can attack, but it's not doing anything.
And so the Civic Wayfinder getting him a basic land. I can imagine Robert has a very low land count in his deck.
Yeah.
Maybe close to 15. So... Getting lands out of there really helps him continuing to draw gas.
Yeah, and then he can just deploy probably most of his hand next turn.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he has some larger stuff, Bloodbraid Elf for a Giant Centrifuge.
Yeah, that would be very good in his deck.
But so it looks like he tapped. Okay, well he can play land for sure.
Yeah.
So I would imagine, playing the Ape and getting the Rancor down isn't the worst idea.
Yeah, I mean,
but he runs into the awkward thing where if Scott has a pacifism, getting a pacifism on the Rancored creature is really bad.
Oh yeah, that is a good point.
And he's going to commit it.
Yeah, He just wants to push out as much damage as soon as possible.
So this is Scott's opportunity to get something good down, to take some advantage of the game. I think I see a Sarah Angel in his hand.
Yeah, which is pretty good in this board. It doesn't really...
Yeah, it's a reasonable creature that will let him both block and attack.
Yeah, that can start to...
Yeah, and the fact that Robert has chosen to put the Rancor on his Civic Wayfinder means...
It can just be blocked by the Glacial Wall all day.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like in hand he has anything that he could put it on that would be different, though, so I think he just figured might as well spend the mana efficiently.
So what I think I saw... So, yeah, that is a duplicant in Robert's hand. So that is doing huge work.
Yeah.
He'll have a 4/4. It's not going to have flying, but it's getting rid of...
down to 1 now?
Scott will be taking...
3... Oh, no.
Scott will be taking 5 damage, down to 2.
That's...
And facing down a lot.
Yeah, duplicant is such a beating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Scott has. I guess... No, not even Control Magic does it.
No. Yeah, he writing was on the wall.
Yeah, that was a savage draw from Robert.
Yeah. So Scott will get to bring in the Hydroblast that we've seen before.
Yeah, that's very good.
But I would imagine the Monk Realist or Seal of Cleansing is going to be pretty good there.
Yeah, getting rid of that ring.
Seal of Cleansing can also blow up the duplicant.
Yeah, that's the real... You can get rid of Rancor for a turn, but...
Yeah, the value of it killing a Rancor is not
ideal. But let's go check out our other match while they're shuffling up.
Yep. And so David is on a blue-red spells deck.
Oh.
And Justin is on his Jeskai Burning Vengeance.
All right. Should flip over in just a moment. Looks like... Oh, there it goes.
All right. So we got... I see a young Pyromancer.
I see a Winter Orb.
I also see a Winter Orb. See a Honden, the red Honden. I see a lot of things on David's side of the field. And in the round before, Justin had problems where he landed a Winter Orb.
And then couldn't cast any
and then
spells.
Couldn't do anything. And Honden of Infinite Rage lets him hit the opponent. So he's going to be doing... It looks like he's been doing a bunch of damage to his opponent.
And Squadron Hawk is not good against Honden.
Nope. That Squadron Hawk is likely to die to the Honden trigger.
Yeah.
So getting in for 4 damage, putting Justin down to 4.
That is...
I think Justin has very much overestimated how Winter Orb, how you need to use it to take over a game. Blindly casting it is not he's missed land drops, which is not great. But he's facing down 4 points worth of power plus the Honden.
Yeah, and just with nothing on board, so his Winter Orb is blocking him from... Yeah,
yes.
He can cast Flame Jab to stay alive, technically.
Take Flame Jab to kill a 2/1. And again, he has mana used up for the turn. The Honden's going to point down at Justin.
Yeah, get him to 1. And if Blue-Red Spells has any... No, it doesn't look like David has any burn, but he's still getting him to 1, and he wins before he has to even attack next turn on this board state.
Yes, he will win in his upkeep.
Yep, that doesn't look like anything. All right.
Yep, that's all she wrote, folks, for David and Justin's Game 1. Looks like they will be going to sideboarding.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't really see anything Justin had that would be great against this. He had those Soul Catchers, but...
He has the kind of flying plan he can work with.
Oh, I did see... Oh, no, I guess he's not. All right. I saw a Nausea, and I was like excited, and then I realized he was not in black.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has a lot of exciting...
He does have a Hydroblast, but...
Hydroblast would be reasonable.
It's reasonable, but...
So it actually looks like he's sideboarding in a Black Splash. So I think he is going to be going to that Nausea. He has 2 of the black-white duels. And looking to probably shave one of his colors.
Yeah. Not sure. He seems pretty heavy in all of them, but...
Yeah, I would imagine he's
get rid of that winter orb.
Get that winter orb out of there.
Yeah,
it's killed you too many times.
Burned too many times before.
Yeah.
But while they're doing this, let's check out our other match. Probably started by now.
We should be. Yep, they should be back to.
Yep, perfect.
Scott with the turn 1 island.
Pretty good. But turn 1 Kurt Ape.
And the ape's loose. So Robert again with probably his ideal start.
Turn 1 Kurt Ape is very good.
Scott going up to 21.
Slightly less explosive than last time, but
Robert going to, let's see what we got here. So I would imagine he's got to play a forest this turn. I don't think he can afford to. Lose a point of damage.
Yeah, he just needs to add up as fast as he can.
Yeah, and
fortunately, no turn 2 play, which he really wants.
No 2-drop is huge.
Yeah.
That's going to give Scott a nice reprieve, being able to play a 3-drop that'll contest.
And he's got the Honor Guard in hand, which really
helps
his game plan and just stops Robert from attacking. 2,
yep.
3.
That is the Aven is great right near.
Yeah, gain his life.
Blocking that. The nice thing about the Coalition Honor Guard, it's a 2/4, which is going to be really powerful.
All right, looks like Robert is using a combat trick.
Yep.
To push his Kurt Ape through.
What I was saying about Coalition Honor Guard is it's going to mean that Rancor later on in the game is really not good.
Oh, yeah.
Since the Rancor has to go on the Honor Guard.
I would like you to target my creature with that.
Yeah, and there's the Honor Guard. So Robert's going to be pressed into killing that. We saw the Rancor.
Yeah, he does have a Sting Scourger, so he can get it.
Sting Scourger is a good temporary answer, but it's really going to be.
He does have the Duplicate in hand, so that
he does have Duplicate. Yeah. Duplicate, though, as we saw last game, it seems way better for punishing a Serra Angel.
Yeah, wait for them to play something big, and Duplicate is not a triggered ability, or activated ability, so it does not.
Robert. Oh, goodness. Oh. We'll see if Scott's going to let him take that back. I think he's just not. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when he cast it, he was choosing an invalid target, so he can't cast that.
Yeah. So the Kurt Ape just bounces. However, right now, Scott's got a huge opportunity where if he can unsummon the Kurt Ape.
Oh, it doesn't look like he has it.
No.
He's
got an 07. He's got an 07. That'll do some good work.
07 and a 2/4 is very good against Robert's deck.
Yes.
Yeah. But the Emperor Crocodile, which Robert played, is a 5 mana or 4 mana 5/5.
Yep.
That is sacrificed if you control no other creatures. Yep. So that is why it was very risky for Robert to play that. Yeah, Robert looks like he's kind of run out of gas a little bit. He's got some things he can do, but not.
So I think I see another Kurt Ape in his hand.
Yeah.
And I think he just needs to get more creatures out there.
Yeah, he kind of needs to go wide, which his deck seems like he can.
So that he can, on a turn, use a Sting Scourger on the Glacial Wall and get
a lot of damage through.
Yeah, get a lot of damage through.
Reading Coalition Honor Guard, which. Yeah, Coalition Honor Guard has been very.
I think it's one of the more powerful commons.
It's definitely.
All right, so, yep.
Can shut off a lot of things your opponent does and really save your own creatures as well.
Yeah. So Robert, it looks like, has done everything he wants to on his turn.
Yeah.
Scott's going to go.
All right. Scott draws Control Magic.
I believe that was a Control Magic.
Yeah.
Now, Robert doesn't actually have any great choices.
Yeah.
Taking the Emperor Crocodile is not great.
Yeah.
He could obviously it's the best choice here. But it's it's not one where you're happy, but serving is just taking it is probably going to be best. Although Robert may just duplicate it.
Yeah, that would be a very strong play, getting rid of.
Or he could even Sting Scourger it.
That too, and
that looks. It looks like he's got a judge call about that.
I think he's. Checking on the Coalition Honor Guard before casting, which is very.
I think he is going to Sting Scourger the Emperor Crocodile.
Yeah.
And that will be savage.
Yeah, he can't unfortunately cast it as well, but that would.
You're right. But
it's still great. Like
he undoes Scott's entire play. Control Magic is just a phenomenal card when you're facing any creature deck. When you are the control deck.
Yeah, and it looks like he. I'm not sure. Does he have a Fervent Cathar in hand?
Yeah, he has a Fervent Cathar.
I feel like he could cast that right now.
It would let him get 2 points of damage in.
Yeah,
which doesn't seem great.
Just wondering how much.
Actually, no, 4 points because the Cathar has haste. I lied.
Oh yeah.
4 points of damage in.
Oh, he's got Argothian Enchantress.
Right? that is Yavimaya Enchantress.
Yavimaya, yes.
The one that gets +2/+2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Not quite as good, but still.
Not quite as good, but, with that Rancor.
Yeah, a very good combo with Rancor. Yeah, +1/+1.
+1/+1 for each enchantment on the battlefield. Giant Tortoise, though, another good blocker.
Setting up those blocks.
Yeah. Scott has done much better this game at lasting through.
Robert did not have quite as explosive a start.
Yeah, Robert had a great start out of the gates. Yeah. Game 1. Game 2, Scott's done exactly what he needs to, which is get the game slowed down to a pace where
he can start chipping away.
He can start chipping away with his flyers. He's not going to want to block with that Warden of Evos Isle. But he will want to attack with it and get points of damage in.
Yeah, Robert did not pay the echo cost.
And so this is a turn where I would imagine him deploying the gargoyle or the crocodile.
Yeah, just have a big 5/5 out.
Have a big 5/5 out, getting ready for the next turn.
Yeah, because we have Fervent Cathar next turn.
But that Coalition Honor Guard is really presenting problems.
Yeah.
He has a pump spell with flashback in his graveyard. He has a pump spell in hand, and those are useless right now.
Yeah, it's worse than worthless. If you cast them, you are.
Yep. Scott attacking for 2. Pacifism's best choice is probably on the Enchantress.
That can get very big.
It looks like, I can't tell. Is that a Fact or Fiction or is that?
That looks like a Fact or Fiction to me.
I can't see. No, it is no, but I can't see it. I don't know enough of the new artwork.
Yeah, change the artwork just enough that some of them you know and some of them you don't.
Okay, so hitting his land means that Robert can play a duplicate on this turn, but
doesn't have great targets.
There are no good choices. Duplicating an 07 just means you have an 07.
Yeah, it's 6 mana removal spell at that point, which is not the worst, I guess. But
I can see on this turn casting the Cathar.
Yeah, making the 07 not be able to block.
But it's still just not great. Okay, well he's going to make the Honor Guard not block. The Honor Guard not blocking is better.
Good point.
The wall has to, the wall is likely to block the 5/5. The Tortoise is likely to block an 8. And getting in for 6 points of damage. Maybe the Cathar is going to get blocked by the Turtle.
Yeah, either blocking a 2-power thing.
Oh, the Cathar is not attacking.
Okay. I'm not sure if it has haste or not.
It does.
It does? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
I guess so. Just hitting him for 4?
Yep. And so it's not the worst. Yeah, that's a fact or fiction. Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
This will, unless he gets 5 lands.
Feels bad.
2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 2 Hookmasters, a make a 5/5.
Yeah, basically,
and a 3/3 first strike. Scott, the only limiting thing is Scott only has 1 white source. But this is where fact or fiction just shines, where you are showing your opponent how you are going to deal with them.
Yeah, it's like make one of 2 bad. Like you have to make bad choices here. There's no good choices for you.
The Hookmasters make it so his attacks are delayed.
Yeah, which you do not want to be in this deck.
And let Scott, maybe get in with some ground pounders. The 3/3 first striker is just really annoying to attack through. It means your Curd Apes can't attack. And then that I think those piles were exactly what Scott wanted.
Yeah, he just took the pile with more because
not just with more, but something that's going to kill the crocodile. And something that Robert has to play around, making an instant speed 5/5.
Yeah.
Oh no, is that the Hydroblast or is that the Tidal Wave?
That's Tidal Wave.
That's Tidal Wave.
Instant speed's 5/5.
Yeah. So he has to play around it.
Yeah.
And Scott getting a 3/3 first strike means the apes aren't attacking, and the Avamaya Enchantress isn't attacking. So Robert is gonna start losing a lot. He's gonna pacify the crocodile.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Too. Yeah. Either pile had 2 great spells in it. One just also had a land.
Yeah. So Robert now is really really under
the ropes.
Yeah. He can't attack with the crocodile, and he can't attack with any of his creatures profitably.
Yeah.
So he probably just he could play a land, and he could use the duplicant. But, that is just...
Yeah, I think you've got to duplicate the Honor Guard here just so that you're...
turn on all... Yeah.
Yeah, on all your...
Yeah. I mean, it only gives you a 2/4, but you now have unlocked your combat tricks.
Yeah. I mean, none of the other creatures are really any better, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just... At this point, I guess you just...
Yep, now you can... Although the
3/3 first strike. Oh.
Yeah, the 3... No, he
no.
Does he have? Is it white creature or white permanent?
I think it's creature.
White creature, yes.
Yeah.
So that is only a 2/2 with first strike,
which doesn't block it.
So all right, so that was a
strong
good good attempt at turning the game around. Scott's going to untap though, and he's going to draw the Monk Idealist, which doesn't help him right now.
Yeah, just fortunately drawing another honor or having another honor guard is
well that
that's
so now he has a 3/3 first striker. The monk's returning the control magic.
Oh yeah, control magic. Yeah, I forgot that was in the graveyard. So that's something for Robert to look forward to.
He can take the Avamaya Enchantress. And it will be getting +1/+1 for his 2 auras on the battlefield.
It'll be 4/4.
Yeah. I guess it's 2 enchantments, but yeah.
Yeah. Pacifism and control magic. Yeah, I don't feel like Robert has any attacks here. Like, he's just... Any attacks he does are...
Yeah, Scott played this game exactly as he needed to.
Yeah. Just held on until he could just get a huge ground force, and then now just chipping in with the flyer.
Yeah. And without knowing the composition of Robert's deck, we've seen some of the really good stuff out of him.
But it's all like aggressive, you need to have a board presence type stuff.
I mean, he really needs something huge to take over the game.
He could have a Seismic Slam. The creatures without flying can't attack.
You mean can't block?
Or yeah, can't block. Yeah, Seismic.
Seismic Strike?
Seismic, yeah.
No.
Right. Seismic Stomp? Seismic something.
Stomp.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a falter effect.
Yeah, falter effect. But that could definitely do a lot of work on this board.
Okay, so I'm why did he cast... Okay, but he doesn't have that, though.
Yeah, he doesn't have it in hand. I'm saying that's an
So what I want to know is, why did he cast the spell that he did?
I am curious about that as well.
And I forget what it's called.
Reckless
Charge.
Yeah, Reckless Charge. It's just gives a creature +3/+0 and gains haste.
But
I think
that would have
it went on the honor guard and he didn't fight it.
Yeah, I'm very confused.
I am confused by that as well. Maybe he just didn't realize it until after he felt like it was too late to go back. But he cast it also like, yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, maybe he thought duplicate doesn't gain creature types, right?
Duplicate does gain creature types.
Oh, it does? Then he cast it on his own flag bearer.
There we go.
Yes. Okay. I forgot that. Yeah, duplicate gains creature types, so he cast it on his own flag bearer.
And so duplicate is a flag bearer.
Which.
All right.
Oh man.
Okay. That is, and he also cast the pump spell flashback.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, he's got to make sure that duplicate stays around.
Yeah. Once that duplicate goes away, he's not gonna. I mean, I guess he only has one more.
Scott drawing a gaseous form. So Yavimaya Enchantress is dead, but he's going to control magic that, and now he's got the double flag bearer lock. So.
Yeah.
I think that is gonna seal it up, even though he's at still, 9 life.
Yeah, he's not quite low enough that like a burn spell off the top can really.
I mean, he has 2 great defenders. He has the monk, which he can just use to throw away. It's already done its job of getting back that control magic.
Yeah, exactly, and he's attacking in for 7. So Robert is going down to 8. It looks like.
Robert, if he's taking 7,
yeah. And Scott still has the make a 5/5.
In hand. So Robert drawing.
Brawn?
Yep, Brawn. So 3/3 trample.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it does not look like it's enough.
Yeah, it's a little late to the party.
I mean, he can block this turn, but so he's not dead, but he's not in a position to leverage his cards very well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he can attack with his flyer.
Yeah, just get him down to 6 and then try
and with the 3/3. The 3/3 first strike I think is fine to attack with.
Yeah.
His cohort, because he's going to be killing something.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're getting something off the board, it's pretty reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Putting gaseous form.
Yeah, that means you can't even really block the 3/3 profitably at all. I like the duplicate copying a honor guard with control magic. It is a lot of effects on one card.
Duplicate, the creature type being relevant. Very rarely matters.
And yeah, Scott's just attacking in with 4 creatures.
Yep, gaseous form, preventing all the damage that it would deal, and would dealt by. So it can block, but it's
very good in a deck like Scott's, where he just wants to control and clog up the ground.
Well, and Scott's stuff is usually flying over most of the time.
locks down a ground creature and gives you a good blocker, but that is not what Robert's deck wants.
Yeah. So Scott's attacking with a lot of things. He's leaving back his own flag bearer.
Yeah, he doesn't have like lethal on board at this point.
No.
And so there's no reason to get greedy and try and attack with everything.
So the monk dying, but Scott getting in a lot of damage, which is important.
Yeah.
Although that is a big spider. That Robert has drawn.
Yeah, that will.
And
clog it
if we know anything about spiders, they usually have reach.
Yeah, they definitely do. That is a sentinel spider, I believe.
Yeah. So 4/4 vigilance reach for 5 is really good. He can't attack, unless Scott has some way to deal with it.
Yeah, he can't attack, but I feel like Scott's pretty good with just passing the turn.
Yeah.
And there's an elephant guide, though.
Elephant guide, yeah, but elephant guide's not good here.
Yeah, no.
Because they're flag bearers on the other side.
Flag bearers, all on the other side.
Now, if that control magic went away.
Yeah, then there could be some.
Yep, making 2 little 1/1 tokens for Scott.
Yeah, it looks like Scott's just building out a board enough that he can just attack with everything.
Yeah.
Or just get 2 flyers.
Scott drawing a land, so he currently has Tidal Wave and a Plains in hand. Not doing much.
Looks like he's doing the math.
Scott's running the numbers, and he can afford to wait.
Yeah, he's at 9 with almost a removal spell in hand.
Yeah. Robert drawing a Flinthoof Boar, which is going to be a 3/3. The haste part not so relevant.
Yeah.
So it's just a 3/3 on this board. More stuff to soak up ground creatures. Scott's still doing the math.
Yeah, still not quite there for Scott, but getting closer.
And drawing another land.
This is the part of the game.
Yeah, this is okay. Carbonize.
Carbonize.
So that doesn't do.
Yeah.
It's that 4 toughness.
Yeah, exactly. Same with like Chain Lightning. Every red spell in the that's cheap is not very good against Coalition Honor Guard.
Yeah, it's definitely my one of my early picks for one of the better commons in white.
Yeah.
Scott taking his turn, drawing a land.
But a land that gains him a life, so
sure, yeah, he'll go up to 10.
It could be relevant if
something
happens.
But Robert needs. Okay, so Borderland Marauder.
Yeah.
Again, another creature. We are in a good old-fashioned board stall here.
Wow, they have just drawn land.
Another Flinthoof Boar.
Yeah.
Seismic
Stomp is
very real.
I think that's the card that Robert is looking for the most.
Yeah.
If he has one.
Yeah. I would imagine he brought one in from his sideboard if he didn't.
Yeah.
Scott doing some combat math. So let's see. What did he draw for the turn?
Yeah, I'm curious. Tapping 3 mana for something.
I don't think we remember him having any.
He just had Tidal Wave and lands.
And Tidal Wave doesn't help him.
Mana War.
Mana War. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that.
So he'll unsummon the spider. Get in for 2.
Yeah, almost getting Robert down, but didn't look like the math adds up quite in his favor.
Yeah, getting Robert down to 2 is important. No, can't do that.
Yeah.
Honor
Guard is.
The Honor Guards are just.
Yeah,
they just control. They take over the game.
And so it just sits there as a 2/4, and so you kind of forget about it for a while, and then you're like, okay, I'm just thinking about, I want to burn that thing.
Yeah,
nope.
Adding you having to remember it in your factoring.
Yeah.
So again, Scott, the spider's down, so Scott's flying attacks are paused. Although that looked like
a flyer.
I can't. That's a
Sarah Angel.
All right. Robert needs
something.
Robert needs something. This is the turn where to target player.
Target player, so that's 3 damage.
That's 3 damage. I mean, I think on this turn...
I think you just play it and attack.
Play it, attack.
I don't think the math works out, but...
Because you know that you're dead.
Yeah.
Or do you... okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I very much doubt Scott was going to do anything that was not going to...
yeah. I mean, I think he's still attacking.
Yeah. Make them do the math and not yourself.
Getting 3 damage, like, he probably does not have enough, but... Look, it's I don't concede the game unless I have to. Or I know that I need the time in the round.
Oh, it looks like there is a seismic stomp in the sideboard.
Oh, really?
Leaving it in, I feel like he thinks Scott might just have too many flyers, or maybe he already has one and just doesn't want the second.
Oh, God, that card just seems so good in this matchup.
Yeah,
it's the way that Robert breaks through, even having the flag bearers.
Yeah, well, Scott is like a blue-white flyers deck, but he doesn't have a ton of flyers, and Robert really hasn't seen many. So.
And if Scott's committing his flyers to attack,
then they can't block anyway.
They likely can't block unless they're a Sarah Angel.
Yeah. And in that case, Scott has 1 blocker, which doesn't seem too bad. All right, let's go check out our other match and see how they're doing.
All right. So we see a Man-O-War, a Peregrine Drake, and a Scob. And on the other side...
a Squadron Hawk.
A Squadron Hawk.
Things do not look good for Justin here.
He has a bunch of lands. He has a Rorik's Bladewing in hand.
Yeah, I'm going to guess this is game 3.
It's possible.
Doesn't look like they have too much.
And so David looks like he's played a bunch of spells, flashed back a bunch of spells.
Yeah.
And we will get life totals updated as soon as we can.
Yeah, well, is game 3. Looks like next turn, Justin can
play the Rorik's.
But
I would imagine that Rorik's got bounced with the Man-O-War. If that was a betting man. There's Rorik's.
He just played his sixth.
Oh, he just played 6th land, right? He can't have done that.
Yeah, looks like.
So I would have lost that bet. So Justin at 16, if that the overlay is correct.
Yeah. So
David at 14.
Yeah, Rorik's does damage very
Rorik's,
quickly.
Yeah. So
David flashing something back. It looks like
David has some spells. I would imagine David has some spells in his. He's a Faithless Looting in there.
Yeah, he has gone through a fair portion of his deck.
Yeah.
But
he has an Una's Grace.
Oh, okay.
I would imagine he has to have a Burning Vengeance.
Yeah, it definitely looks... I feel like both of these decks probably took each other's cards, and so...
Yeah.
That was... Yeah, flashing back, Faithless Looting, putting more in his graveyard, but...
Gaseous Form on Rorik's is huge.
Yeah, I mean... It does block Peregrine Drake now, which...
I mean, sure, but like it's...
Yeah, it's removing a very big threat.
It's removing Justin's biggest clock.
Yeah, but he does have the 7-mana make a 5/5.
He does.
I can never remember the name of.
If he draws a land, which he does, he can cast it. Oh, and he had lands in hand.
He can.
So he can
just start just dumping.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to make 5/5s, and that will be very deadly for this game. But getting rid of the Rorik's is really it gives David a moment.
Yeah, if he can if he has a silent departure and can just bounce.
Yes, hitting a silent departure would be huge,
especially if he can get it in hand and then play it and then bounce it back or flash it back the next turn.
Yep. So I would imagine he is. Yep. So he's going to cast Una's Grace, discarding a land, draw a card.
Looking for an answer here.
And can't quite see what he drew.
That's...
All right. So attacking for 5, 6, 7. Going to block the 3, so taking 4.
6. It's a 2/3.
Oh, it's a 2/3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always thought it was a 3/3 too, but 2/3 for 5, but for free, really. Yeah, Justin's just going to
Justin's going to continue making 5/5s. and
hopefully he's just hoping that David doesn't have a way to deal with it. But
David just has a lot of live draws.
Yeah, any bounce spells are really damaging to Justin's life total.
I'm not seeing other flashback spells.
Yeah, looks like he's used most of them up.
So
he does have he has a Sting Scourger and 2 Mana Wars in his deck.
Yeah,
so he might have gone through most of his.
That is a lot of bounce.
But that is definitely his deck. Seems like he wants a lot of it. So
yeah, although this 5/5 may have stymied him.
Yeah,
there's some logic to attacking all out since all your creatures are 2 power.
Yeah, you're gonna get through 6, and then next turn.
No, you're gonna get through 4.
Or 4, yeah, because of the. Yeah,
but
that makes it a little less good. If he only had 1 blocker, I think he would definitely just attack. But
yeah, the Rorik's actually getting to block and just not dealing damage.
Yeah, I saw Justin had a pacifism in hand, but I didn't see anything else. So he does have some ways to start removing threats if he can untap and doesn't draw land and just make another 5/5. Yeah, David double-checking his graveyard again, but finding nothing in there that he wants.
David is debating.
Yeah, I think you might, depending on how much burn you have in your deck, you might just want to attack because that 5/5 every turn that you draw a land is very threatening.
Yeah.
Oh, it just passes. All right. Well, that's
so
good for Justin.
Justin gets a turnover reprieve. It's likely he'll just make another 5/5.
I think that's the play. He does have a pacifism and
but there's I mean, there's not much on David's side that's worth pacifism.
Exactly. Like you could cast 2 spells this turn, but I would rather just make a big 5/5. Oh, David does have Honden in hand.
Okay.
Interesting why he didn't play that. Because he could just start pinging Justin's life total.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you have that, you just attack with everything and then just start putting him on a clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin's just going to make another 5/5. Oh, and he's attacking.
He's getting,
David's blocking.
All right, so there's Faithless Looting from David.
That'll help him see a lot more. He might be looking for something in particular. But Giant Tortoise is not.
Yeah, and I think we're discarding a land as well.
Yeah, I don't think he needs them.
Yeah, Justin may have turned the corner.
Yeah. I wasn't quite sure on that attack, but it doesn't look like David's with that block. I feel like he's in a pretty good position. Yeah, because he now can cast either if he draws a land.
Okay, so he's using to discard the Honden. That is really curious. Yeah. But I guess maybe it's not going to do a lot of damage?
Yeah, I guess if he doesn't... if he doesn't find... So he's dead next turn if he doesn't find anything, right? Because he's... Well, no, he's at 14. So he's
at 14
next turn.
And discarding the other Honden.
All right.
So that, that was... And keeping the giant turtle in hand.
Interesting. Or was that another one? I thought he discarded one of them.
No, I don't think he did. No, because he discarded the red Honden and a land.
Oh.
And I'm
not sure on that. That seems.
I mean, that's the problem with Faithless Looting is your just card selection. It's not
actually helping.
It's not advantage. Here David just gets to play an Honor Guard or draw. So draw a card first, see what he gets.
And then just play an Honor Guard.
And
feel really safe.
Yeah.
Like now, Burn Spell off the top is not... Well, I don't know what Burn Spell would help, but... he doesn't have to worry about that.
Okay. Oh, that is a Phyrexian Ingester. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's not the giant turtle we thought it was.
Yeah, I think he did discard that.
It's not going to have to target the Honor Guard.
Yeah, but his only other target is Rorix, which
yeah,
I mean, it doesn't grant flying, right?
It will not grant it flying. It's just gonna give it some counters.
But
David,
David just extends the hand.
David extends the hand. Justin wins that game, which was game 3.
Yeah, Justin will be our victor at that pod.
We'll see if Scott in the other match is still playing. They might be done at this point. They finished up. We don't know who won game 3.
Yeah, we'll find out. They'll give us an epic retelling of it.
We are going to get both the winners in. I will be stepping out, and Eric's going to be chatting with them about how their Eternal Masters draft experience. So for the Portland Game Store, this is Jeff Higgins signing off, and Eric Brown will be taking over.
All right, I'll be here with you. I will be back in 1 minute, and I'll go corral or actually, would you just mind sending them?
Yeah, I'll go back and send them in. It was a great experience doing commentary.
Loved having you here.
Yeah, looking forward to this another time.
All right, have a good day.